guys, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. In today's video we are going to be making a spooky shortbread, and that's just because Halloween is just around the corner, and the primary reason that it's spooky shortbread is because it's going to be in spooky shapes, no other reason than that. So here I've got a little coffin shaped cookie cutter and a bat shaped cookie cutter. And that's basically the only reason it's spooky, apart from me cooking is probably spooky in itself. But anyway, yeah, so this bake only has 4 ingredients and one of them is optional. So hopefully if you want to make it, you should already have most of the stuff you need lying around in the kitchen. And I think the prep time will take around 20 to 30 minutes, and then another 15-20 minutes in the oven, and then we cool them down, and then we can decorate them with icing. And you'll see in the next shot what these biscuits will look like at the end, or hopefully. So without further ado, let's get started in making spooky shortbread. Okay, so the first ingredient you need is unsalted butter. It does work with salted butter, it just has a slightly different flavour, but it doesn't change it that much. And we need 125 grams of this. And what I find easiest to do is measure this out in a separate bowl. This one has been left out the fridge for almost an hour because it needs to be room temperature, because otherwise it's too hard to do anything. And the easiest thing to do is cut it into the smallest chunks as possible. So if I turn on my scales with the bowl on top. You can put the butter to the side for now because we need it later. And the best thing I find is once you've measured it out, try and cut it up even smaller, because it's easier to mix it later when it's in smaller pieces. And the next thing I'm going to do, just because this butter is still a little bit hard, is put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Once your butter's out of the microwave, add it to your normal mixing bowl. Just make sure you scrape all out the big bits as well. And then put that bowl to the side. And the next thing we want to do is, if you zero out your scales again, you then want to measure out 55 grams of caster sugar. Once you've measured out your caster sugar, if you find yourself a wooden spoon or something like that, then just start to mix those 2 ingredients together. I find it easier to do it with a wooden spoon at first, just so that before you put in an electric whisk, it doesn't just splurge all over the place, which it normally does with me because I'm messy. So once you've given it a little bit of a mix, you can get your electric hand whisk and start to mix them together. Once it's mixed together, it should look something a bit like this, sort of light and fluffy. I always think it looks a bit like vanilla ice cream when it is all creamed together. And the next thing is, told you I'm messy. You want to do after this is put your bowl back on your scales again. Zero the scales, and then you want to get your vanilla extract or vanilla essence, depending on what you want to use. It doesn't really matter too much for this, and you just want to add 2 cupfuls of vanilla essence to the creamed butter and sugar. So, just to give it a bit more flavour. And then using your wooden spoon from earlier, just make sure you mix that in to the mixture. And then use your spatula to remove anything off the spoon. Once you've mixed in your vanilla essence or extract into your mixture, you want to get a sieve and put it over your bowl. Make sure you zero your scales, and then you want to add 190 grams of plain flour through the sieve to your mixture. Sieve the flour in, just use your wooden spoon to start mixing your creamed butter and sugar with your flour together. And it may be easier to use your hands for this, but if you keep mixing, it will eventually form a dough. Your mixture is into a dough type texture like this. You then want to get some cling film and wrap your dough in the cling film. And I picked cling film, I can't do it very well, so this will be entertaining for someone, I'm sure. Just enough. Grab your piece of cling film, grab your dough and wrap your dough in the cling film. And this is the stage, if you don't want to make your cookies like now, add this to the freezer. But for now, we're going to put this in the fridge for about 10 minutes, just so it makes it easier to work with. And it will also prevent less spreading, hopefully, when we put it in the oven and make our shape. You'll notice I've changed the camera angle slightly, and that's just because I want you to see the table so you can see rolling out the dough. So it's been 10 minutes, my oven's preheated, and I'm just taking the dough out the cling film, ready to roll. You'll feel that it's got a much more sort of texture to it. It just feels easier to handle. You want to get a rolling pin and just cover it in cling film. This just helps with the sticking, and it also prevents the dough from sticking to your actual rolling pin. If you get some more of your flour and you just want to flour the surface that you're going to use, just to prevent it sticking to the surface. You also away. You want to move our baking tray slightly closer to where we're going to put the cookies, so you'll see it there. And then the first thing you want to do is, if you just knead the dough a little bit, then you can get your rolling pin and start to roll it out. It's easier to do it in sections. If it breaks, just pick it all up again, put it into a more dough-like shape again, and then roll it out again. This is quite a dry dough, so it will probably break a bit more, but you just want to use small movements with your rolling pin. Like you want to roll outwards from the middle rather than like rolling all the way through, just because this makes it easier to work with later. So if you roll out your dough, it doesn't matter the shape too much because we're going to be cutting it with cookie cutters, but you do want it to be about 1 centimetre thick. So make sure that when you roll out your dough, It is about 1 centimetre thick, as you can see here. Just make sure you can pick up your dough, because what you don't want to do is use a cookie cutter and it'll break. And then first things first, we're going to get our cookie cutter. First one I'm using here is a little coffin shaped one, and go towards the edge of your dough. And my cookie cutter's got a little rim on the top to tell me which way that I need to put it. Push your cookie cutter into the dough. Do this, and then if you're lucky it will come out with the cookie cutter, and you can place your shape like so on your tray. You remember you want to space these out because they may or may not spread, so we'll do a few more coffins. And again, closer towards the edge, I just used my cookie cutter the wrong way around, hence why it didn't come out. Try this. And the reason we do it near the edge is so that when it doesn't come out with the cookie cutter, we can just take out the outside bits and push them towards the edge. So you can see, and then drop everything else on the floor. We've got coffin shapes and bat shapes like this. They're evenly spread out on the tray. And before we put them in the oven, what we want to do is get some caster sugar and just sprinkle each one with some caster sugar before putting it in the oven. Not too much, because otherwise they'll go burny on top, but like just enough to add some sweetness to it, even though most of this recipe is literally just sugar, butter and flour. If we sprinkle each one with some caster sugar, then hopefully we'll start to get like a really sweet taste to them. In my tray I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coffins and 2 bats. And the coffins are a lot easier to do. If you wanted to and had one, I don't. So what I'm going to do this is, if you wanted to, you get a toothpick and make little holes like around it to add a pattern. Maybe you want to write like "rest in peace" on the little cookies and dots, which you could do. You could put little dots on the eyes. The desired pattern and sugar that you've got on your cookies. You might not be able to see here, but here I've got like little eyes to my bats and the little dots to the top of my coffin. Once you've done that, and then I'll be very careful and not squish them like me. And then you want to add these to the middle shelf of your oven, which was preheated early at 180 degrees. And to the middle shelf, don't put it too far back so you can no longer take it out. You will burn your hands like I just did. You use your oven gloves. And just push your tray into the oven, and then you want to put those in the oven for 15 minutes. They're not meant to look brown, they're meant to be brown on the edges. Once they're out of the oven, they should look something a bit like this. And as you can see, none of mine will stick to the tray because they're all sliding about. And you can see that they're slightly golden brown around the edges, but still light in the middle, and that's what we want. The next thing you want to do is leave them on the tray to cool. If any of yours look like they're sticking, try and unstick them while they're warm rather when they're cold, otherwise you won't get them off. Most of them here have kept their shape, as you can see with these ones, and even the little back ones have. So that's good. Now we want to leave them to cool. Okay, so here is our shortbread all out of the oven, cool and on its own plate. You can see, if I don't chuck them all over the table, we've got our little coffin shapes. And our little bat shape. And I think this little bat's called cute. It's cute, called Batty the Bat. It's a really nice bat, I think. You'll notice that there is a bat and a coffin missing from when they went in the oven, and that is only because I ate them just to try how they are. The rest of these I'm going to pack up and put in a container and bring them into work tomorrow. And they tasted alright to me. I'll see if I can show you the arrangement on the plate. If you do like this, let me know, and I can make similar ones of me and Batty the Bat with our collection of coffins. Can join again for some baking. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.